15 critical items that could mean the difference between thriving and barely surviving when the lights go out for weeks or even months. This isn't fear-mongering. This is preparation that could save your life. Welcome to Financial Area, where we help you protect your wealth and prepare for economic uncertainty. If this information helps you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more essential financial and survival content. Let me paint you a picture. It's a Tuesday evening in August. You're at home, perhaps watching TV or scrolling your phone, when suddenly everything goes dark. Not just your house, the entire neighborhood. Then you realize it's not just your neighborhood, it's the entire city. And as reports start trickling in through battery-powered radios, you discover it's not just your city, it's a massive grid failure affecting millions. This scenario isn't science fiction anymore. In recent years, the frequency and severity of power outages have increased dramatically. Our infrastructure is straining under the weight of extreme weather events, sophisticated cyber threats, and aging electrical systems that were never designed to handle today's demands. Experts who study grid reliability are sounding alarm bells, and many are pointing to this August as a potential breaking point for cities across the nation. But here's what really keeps emergency planners awake at night. It's not just the initial blackout, it's what happens next. Within hours, modern life as we know it begins to collapse. Refrigerated food spoils, gas stations can't pump fuel, ATMs stop working, cell towers lose power, and backup batteries drain. The supply chain that delivers fresh food to grocery stores comes to a grinding halt. Days turn into weeks, and suddenly you're living in a world where cash becomes worthless because there's nothing to buy. Stores are empty, people are desperate. And the psychological impact hits just as hard as the physical challenges. Most people have never experienced true scarcity, and when it arrives, panic spreads faster than information. Yet, despite all these warning signs, despite the mounting evidence that our grid is vulnerable, most people remain dangerously unprepared. They live under the assumption that someone else, the government, utility companies, emergency services, will fix everything quickly. But what if they can't? What if this time is different? The harsh reality is that when crisis hits, when panic buying begins and shelves empty within hours, it will be too late to act. Your window of opportunity exists right now, today, while these essential items are still available and affordable. The cost of procrastination isn't just inconvenience, it could be the difference between maintaining control of your situation or being caught in a nightmare you can't escape. So what exactly should you be stockpiling? The American Red Cross, working with emergency preparedness experts, has identified 15 essential items that form the backbone of any serious survival strategy. These aren't random suggestions. They're carefully chosen based on nutritional value, shelf life, versatility, and psychological importance during prolonged emergencies. Let's start with wheat flour. When the power goes out and industrial bakeries shut down, flour transforms from a simple grocery item into a cornerstone of survival. Think about it. With flour, you control your bread supply. You can make tortillas, pizza dough, cookies, pancakes, even simple dumplings. It's incredibly versatile and has an impressive shelf life when stored properly in airtight containers in cool, dry conditions. Flour can last months or even years. And in a crisis scenario, it becomes valuable bartering currency. People will trade almost anything for the ability to make fresh bread. Next up is honey, and this one might surprise you. Honey isn't just a sweet treat, it's a survival powerhouse that literally never spoils. Archaeologists have found edible honey in ancient Egyptian tombs thousands of years old. But honey's value goes beyond its eternal shelf life. It has natural antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties, making it useful for treating minor wounds, burns, and infections when medical care isn't available. The high sugar content provides quick, reliable energy when your body is under stress.
And perhaps most importantly, a spoonful of honey can bring comfort and normalcy during the darkest times. Rice deserves special attention because it's going to be one of the first items to disappear from store shelves when people realize the severity of the situation. Rice is rich in carbohydrates, providing the sustained energy your body and mind need during demanding times. It's incredibly easy to cook with minimal resources. You can prepare it on portable stoves, gas burners, or even over fire pits. And like flour, rice becomes valuable trade currency when traditional money loses its meaning. Canned fish, tuna, sardines, mackerel, these are your ready-to-eat sources of high-quality protein and omega-3 fatty acids. No refrigeration needed, no cooking required if necessary. The airtight packaging keeps fish safe for years, and the nutritional value is exactly what your body needs when fresh meat becomes unavailable. In a prolonged emergency, a single can of fish could be worth more than cash because it provides essential nutrition that you simply cannot get from carbohydrates alone. Energy bars might seem obvious, but their importance cannot be overstated. These compact, lightweight packages are engineered for maximum nutrition with zero preparation time. They last for months or years, come in varieties that help break the monotony of emergency eating, and they're perfectly portable if you need to evacuate or travel during the crisis. Keeps them in your bag, your car, and your emergency kit for instant access to calories and energy. Pasta rounds out our foundation foods, and it's brilliant for several reasons. Like rice, it has an incredibly long shelf life and minimal storage requirements. It's versatile enough to pair with canned vegetables, sauces, oils, or just salt. Pasta is efficient. You can feed multiple people with relatively small amounts, and it requires only water and heat to prepare. Even with basic cooking equipment, you can create satisfying meals that provide the carbohydrates needed for sustained energy. Now let's talk about nuts. Almonds, walnuts, cashews, hazelnuts, these are compact powerhouses loaded with healthy fats, protein, and essential nutrients. They're ready to eat straight from the bag, require no refrigeration, and provide high calorie density, which means they're an efficient way to stave off hunger when food becomes scarce. They're also ideal for travel or evacuation scenarios because they're lightweight and portable. Tea and herbal teas offer something that goes beyond basic nutrition. They provide comfort, warmth, and psychological stability. When you're living without power, stressed, and uncertain about the future, the simple ritual of brewing a warm cup of tea can be incredibly grounding. Tea has a long shelf life, stores compactly, and each package can provide dozens of servings. The warmth helps regulate body temperature when heating becomes challenging, and the familiar routine helps maintain morale during difficult times. But none of this matters without water. Bottled water is the most critical item on this entire list because without it, survival becomes impossible within days. Public water supplies can become unreliable or contaminated during extended outages, pumping stations fail, treatment facilities shut down, and backup systems have limited capacity. You need water for drinking, cooking, basic hygiene, and cleaning wounds. Store at least 3 liters per person per day, but honestly, more is better. Water is heavy and takes up space, but it's literally life or death. Here's something interesting about eggs that most people don't realize. While we're conditioned to refrigerate eggs, unwashed farm-fresh eggs can actually last weeks at room temperature because they retain their natural protective coating. In a power outage scenario, eggs become incredibly valuable because they offer complete protein and essential vitamins. They cook quickly and pair well with other pantry items. The key is using them before they spoil and seeking out farm-fresh options when building your emergency supplies. Even something as simple as bread plays an important role in emergency preparedness, though it requires some strategic thinking. Fresh bread won't last long, but it provides comfort and normalcy during the initial days of a crisis. You can stock up on fresh bread to freeze, or invest in vacuum-sealed or industrially baked bread that can last weeks or even months. Bread pairs perfectly with honey, canned fish, or other spreads for simple, satisfying meals that maintain psychological well-being. Canned beans are what I call the survival superfood.
They're packed with protein, fiber, iron, and carbohydrates. And here's the beautiful part, they can be eaten straight from the can when fuel and cooking resources are scarce. Mix them with rice or pasta for complete meals, or eat them alone for quick nutrition. In prolonged emergencies, beans become highly sought-after bartering items because everyone recognizes their nutritional value. Now, chocolate might seem like a luxury, but it's actually a strategic survival item. Chocolate provides instant energy through sugars and fats, and it contains compounds like theobromine and precursors to serotonin that actually improve mood and mental state. Dark chocolate is especially valuable because it's more durable and offers additional health benefits. In high-stress survival situations, maintaining morale is just as important as maintaining calories, and chocolate serves both purposes. Powdered milk becomes essential when refrigeration disappears.